others who are unable to join us will be able to view this at a later date. And I see that people have been doing as I requested. If you are new, please go to the chat box and put your name and what state you're joining us from. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here. First, I just wanted to quickly say, as most of you are likely aware, COABE is operating on 22 volunteer board members, and then we have 4 full-time staff members plus project-based. And we have over 20 people who are project-based that are working together to move COABE forward. But the piece I really wanted to focus on is that we have 35 national partners and 47 state partners. And we're really excited about that because it wasn't too long ago when Kay Charbonneau, who's our board president, can tell you that we really had like 3 state partners and no national partners. So this is something that we've been really working towards year over year. And the reason why we feel so passionately about this is because we know that working together, we can always do so much more. That's why we really value having these kinds of meetings with you, and also all the times that we Zoom in and meet with you, your board, or give a session there at your state conference, or the many different ways that we interact with you. We just find it to be so valuable. So I just want to highlight that as a state association or as a state agency, it's in our strategic plan to work closely with you. And we are always trying to come up with new ways to do that. So you're going to hear a little bit about that today. As it notes here, our purpose is leadership, professional development, communication, and advocacy. And that's part of our strategic plan as well. Okay, so first off, I just wanted to mention that we have our Managers Mondays coming up. And hopefully you all have seen the e-blasts that have gone out. This is just a hats off to the Louisiana State Association, because they were the ones who brought to our attention that there really is sort of a desperate need in the field for more professional development for local program administrators. So you see here, we have 2 that will take place in November. One is WIOA opportunities, and the other is basic adult education structure. And we really do believe that these will, the 500 plus seats that we have will go quickly. So I want to encourage you that if you think that this would be valuable to your state membership, please feel free to push this out. I can forward back to everybody the email that lists out all the, there's 5 of them, 5 webinars that we'll be holding for local program administrators. But if you think this would be valuable, I would like to encourage you to push this out to your membership. In December, we have integrated training in education and career pathways, as well as reporting adult education data and leveraging your WIOA funding. And this is in collaboration with OCTE. So the Office of Career and Technical Adult Education, Chris Coro and Cheryl Keenan, and myself and Judy Mortrude of CLASP all met together and tried to come up with something that would be robust and helpful and sort of fill in the gaps while the state directors are working on Leadership Excellence Academy. So in the meantime, while they're still working on that, we're trying to come up with something that would be useful and helpful. So if our friends from Louisiana are on, which I think they are, Libby, if you are there, I'm just looking real quick through all the people here. If you're on, Libby, I just want to say thank you for bringing up the need for this professional development. Okay. I also wanted to mention that our closest partner that we work with, I mean, all the time, meet with them all the time, is the State Directors of Adult Education. So we're really, really pleased to work closely with them because we know that is for the good of the field. We know that working together with the State Directors of Adult Education, we can do some really exciting things. We really want to encourage you at the state level. If you don't have a good relationship with your state director, it would be a great opportunity to reach out to them. They have been great to work with. We've worked really well with them. And if there's any way that we can help you and assist you in that effort, just reach out to me and I'd be happy to help you with that. Right now, we work with them on public awareness, advocacy, leadership, and professional development. So all of our major purposes. And as you're likely aware, we did work with them on the Educate and Elevate National Public Awareness Campaign, which staved off $87 million of funding cuts and brought in $60 million more. And we're able to leverage 86,000 contacts in the field. And I know many of you at the state level were able to help push that forward. And so I just want to thank you for doing that. This is COABE's role in the public awareness campaign, just so that you're aware. We design and develop and educate and advocate, which is a monthly newsletter that goes out. I'm just curious if everybody here on the call receives that. If you all are receiving the Educate and Advocate e-newsletter that we're sending out. If you could just put in the chat box if you are not, that would be helpful, and we'll make sure to look at that. But this is a newsletter that is specifically for state association presidents and their leadership, as well as state directors. So it's to the state leadership. Also, we Zoom into board meetings and conferences. I probably Zoom into 4 a week. If you're having a board meeting and you would like for us to attend and have some sort of a presence or just say hello to your board, just reach out to us and let us know. Usually when we received your invitation to attend your conference, someone on our staff, whether it's James or Michelle or even Bethel, will reach out and try to set that up. But that's an opportunity for you if you're interested. We're happy to have a presence at your meetings and your conferences. We've also presented multiple workshops at state conferences, more than 30. And hats off to many of our board members who've gone in person. I'd like to give a special shout out to Larry Ann, who was just in Oregon recently and presented a workshop there. We hold multiple statewide webinars. So we've held a webinar in Florida on this public awareness campaign on advocacy. We've held a webinar in Pennsylvania as well. So we hold multiple statewide webinars, and we're happy to do that for you as well. We designed and funded an ad in the Hill, and the reason why I bring this up is that we did this very intentionally right around when it looks like they're going to be voting on funding for Title II. So COABE took out an ad in the Hill, and we do feel that was helpful in moving the funding forward. We also design and send ongoing legislative updates and calls to action. So hopefully everybody on this call is getting those legislative alerts, because that's how we're able to move the needle for funding. I would ask on this call that if you're receiving those, if you would kindly forward those out to your membership as well, that would be really helpful. It sort of gives the stamp of approval from the state association. We also coordinated success files with Rob Lowe Opportunity, which we'll show you a little bit later. We published op-eds and ran press releases. We maintain the Educate and Elevate website. If you haven't had a chance to go there, I'm happy to take you there and go over the many assets that are on there. We also maintain and run the Educate and Elevate Ignite site. And that's where you can go in and you can send an email to your mayor, your governor, your state legislator, as well as your national level legislator. We maintain and run the social media sites as well. We send bi-weekly talking points to legislators. So every other week we're sending out talking points to them about the value of adult education. And we also recently created a local Advocate of the Year award, which I'll talk more about in a couple minutes. As well, we hold Capitol Hill Days that promote Educate and Elevate materials. So that's our role in the campaign. I told you that I'd share about the success files with Rob Lowe. I'm just so delighted because this has had 143 million plus viewers. This is according to PBS. And what it is a short 4-minute video. And if you haven't seen it yet, I would encourage you to. It's at educateandelevate.org. You can view that there. But the goal really was just to raise the visibility of adult education nationwide. And this was brought to us, an opportunity that came to us as a result of the Educate and Elevate National Public Awareness Campaign. I really wanted to take a minute here to talk about state data and resources that are available on the Educate and Elevate website. So we'll go there in a minute, but you'll be able to see how we can put state reports or state data on each of those state data websites. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take a moment right here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a minute and go to this website because I'd like for you all to see it and see how easy it is to update.